Hello, and welcome back to The Coco Show, hosted by myself, Colette Creighton, and my co-host, David Schwartz. This is a show where the banter at the top of the episode never ends, and neurodivergent or not, we are here to make you feel less alone about your human experience. We have no expectations, and neither should you.
You are listening to another fine episode of
The Coco Show. All right. Today, we don't really have an agenda. We're just going to kind of yap.
just a gay one.
Yep. The Pride Month is approaching quickly, and we are excited about that. But before we get run on sentences and yapping away, ye fucking haws and hyperfixations of the week, I will kick us off. My ye fucking haw is that we are effectively done with the bathroom remodel.
Blessings.
We got the glass door in today.
It looks lovely.
Thank you. I didn't make him. Dan took care of that, and I went back to sleep in the apartment, a la the guest room. And peace and blessings, dear husband. He also put the groceries away
What a good lad.
that arrived while I was also still in my slumber.
Do straight men like being called good boy? Is that a thing?
Not this one.
Okay.
Some do.
Some do. All right.
He
Just
likes
curious.
thanks daddy.
Thanks, daddy. Yes. I suppose that would be the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think there are men that like to be submissive, and those are
course.
the ones that like to be called a good boy. And then the ones that want to be domineering.
And then there's the ones that just wear the dog masks, and then that's a little different, I feel
That's
like.
a little different.
not
That
really.
that to me is not a ye fucking ha. I have very few in life. I'm yucking.
We don't kink shame here on the Coco Show.
We don't kink shame here, but we do kink ask why. And I would love to know how we got here.
I think that's fair.
I would love to know how we got here. What made you be like, I want to tell?
I believe it's a headspace thing.
Sure, but how did we get here?
Yeah.
Like what happened? How'd you get introduced to this? What made you be like, ooh?
Are there straight people that do that? That feels like a very gay sub kink culture. Is there straight people who do this? There must be.
If you know someone, call in.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Or don't. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
How did we get here?
Per usual. I don't know. One more thing about that before we move on. But
okay.
I just remember one of the first prides I ever went to, seeing a bunch of people dressed in their puppy play regalia down by the fountain. And me just being like...
Okay, actually, I know why. I think I know why. It's a play thing. So it's like, it's very like you're playing a role. And so I think it's probably similar to like, teacher student type of like fantasy. I'm sure it has like something to do with that part of it. It's got to be connected. Right? Because like I can imagine it's just like you're a dog, you're pretending. You're not in yourself. You're becoming something else. You're leaving
you're dissociating.
Kind of. Yeah. Like you're associating with this other frame of mind.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying not to yuck nobody's yum, but I do want to ask why. Okay. Hi. What was I gonna say? Something on the segue of kinks. Oh. Something else I found out yesterday, which I'm not gonna reveal my sources because I don't need to out anybody. But I heard about something else that should have stayed on Pornhub and didn't, and that is that I know a gal who was telling me about a story about a friend of a friend who has no name, who apparently her stepmom and dad just got divorced, And my gal pal was like, oh, well, are you still in contact with your stepmom? And she went, well, her little sister is fucking her stepmom. Like, they're in a relationship. They're not fucking. Like, they're in a relationship. Yep. Yeah. What in the deep south?
What? Not even, actually. What's the age difference we're talking here? Where does it get weird? That's what, like, is it weirder that the mom is with the dad or that the mom is with the daughter? You know what I'm saying? Which one, the chicken or the egg? Which one's weirder?
Yeah, but like if you had your hand in raising this little girl and then you're like
fucking the same person.
Actually,
yeah, that's super weird. That's super weird.
Yeah, no.
Like, but what if they're dating separately?
What do you mean?
Like, is it a throuple situation?
No, she's not dating her dad.
No, of course not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like they're dating her separately?
No, they got divorced, but she's still in the picture because she's now fucking her stepdaughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, it was bad both ways. That's worse. So you're telling me?
Yeah. What did you think I was saying?
Stepmom and dad got a divorce. Stepmom is now fucking stepdaughter.
The younger one.
Wow, that is so fucked.
Yeah, that's why I was like, David, why are you responding this way?
Imagine being the man in this situation, by the way.
Oh, his penis shrunk 3 sizes that day.
I think like he's probably pretty traumatized by that whole situation.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, very emasculating, I would imagine.
I mean, beyond that, it's really more like that's got to be a confusing place to be.
Yeah, especially. Yeah.
Don't say we don't cover all topics here on the Coco Show.
Yeah.
Apparently all topics are on the table today.
All topics are on the table. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't co-sign on this, by the way. I just heard a crazy story and I thought that I would share.
Crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
And again, some things should just stay on Pornhub where it's obviously
really great acting.
Yeah. And I think they also do a good job, I'm assuming, of making them not look actually alike, you know?
What we're talking about in the movies?
Yeah.
Got it.
I would imagine.
Probably.
I don't know.
That's insane.
My hyperfixation is Depop. I've used Depop before. It's like an online thrifting situation, and you're like talking to specific vendors, and I have purchased, I think, 5 pairs of pants, and I'm real hyped.
When do they get here?
Probably in like a week or so.
I see. And so you're individually contacting the designer?
Not the designer, like whoever. It's like everyone has their own little like shop on the website, and it would be like you go to.
It's like Etsy?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But thrifting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cute. Like from other people? Like you're like, oh, can I buy your jacket? Cool. Got it. Okay.
I've gotten some pretty sick Dickies pants. Last weekend, Jessica and I went thrifting and we found these really cute
How do you find the right sizes though? I mean, like, do you organize it? Because like I imagine all my clothes would be relatively the same size. I'd be selling all like men's mediums tops, right?
Well,
like,
yeah, if you're selling your own clothes, but there's also people that like this is their job.
I see. They've got inventory.
Yeah, they have inventory. Like they go and find whatever, like cute pants, whatever shoes, like what, it doesn't matter what size it is because they're buying it to resell it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Thriftapalooza at my house. I've been thrifting a lot lately, and I've also gotten rid of another I've gotten rid of, I've at least 50 pounds of clothes.
Wow.
That's
great.
Yeah, because
I feel like I could do 25 pounds at least.
Because Dan was like, dog, you can't keep buying shit and not getting rid of anything. I was like, I am getting rid of shit. He's like, where is it? I was like, well, I have a system. So first I like get it out of the closet, and then from the closet it goes in a pile in the gym in this box, and then I sort them into it. Am I bringing this to Goodwill, or am I going to have one of my girlfriends look through it first? And then the ones that need to go to Goodwill go to Goodwill. There's a system.
I bet there is a system. Yes.
Because some things I can't just give to Goodwill. I'm not giving them away because I don't love them anymore, or because they look stupid or they're not in style. It's because they don't fucking fit. And whatever like the measurements are, it's just not worth it for me to take it to my beloved Taylor Jan
Yeah.
and get it taken in.
Sure.
So they need to go to a good home. And if they don't, I'm going to crash out. Duh. Yeah, but it's been fun. Still can't wear any sort of button up top. Tried that.
Just
Yeah.
because of the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought like maybe they're so much smaller now that maybe perhaps I could get away with like a button. No, still not for me. I think I would have to have like top surgery.
Yeah.
In order.
Lol. Or at least a breastectomy or whatever you call it.
Reduction?
Reduction, yeah.
Mastectomy is removal of memory.
Thank you. Yes.
You were close.
I wasn't far. You knew what I meant.
Yeah, I got there. And yeah, with that, Dave, you have the floor.
Well, gee willikers. I'm going to say ye fucking ha to my logistics plan this past weekend, panning out pretty perfectly, actually. Basically, what was going on was we had I had to do a wedding on Friday on San Juan Island.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do a wedding on Saturday in Paulsbo, and then I did a wedding on Sunday in Snohomish. So I went from San Juan Island to Paulsbo, but that would have taken like 4 hours to drive ferry, go over. It was going to be a mess because of the way Washington is laid out as a state, which is wonderful. I think it's incredible. But so in order to compensate for all of that, I decided I had like 3 plans. So for plan A was take a little prop plane, which I love doing. I use a service called Point to Point Air. And if any of you out there need to charter a flight from one small airport to another, this is a service that exists, and it's actually very reasonably priced.
How much is it?
I paid $200. Exactly.
Are you
This
allowed
ain't
to?
like
Can you have luggage?
yes. I took my DJ controller, my suitcase, my backpack, and a microphone stand with me on that little plane.
Work.
First of all, my pilot, total homie. Shout out to I forgot his name. I was gonna say Jake or Justin, something.
Both
with a J.
sound like pilot names.
He was literally my age, which was just a trip. And then also,
Don't love that.
I know, right? But man could fly. He was great. Excellent service all around. He ended up like knowing half of my friends I was on a baseball team with, which is hilarious. So we had like a ton of people.
Is he also Jewish?
No. He is like a Bellevue kid.
Sure.
So yeah, that was just a funny little connection. Like his like cousin or something is like a friend of mine. Anyway, he was great, but it's like an air taxi. It's literally a fucking air taxi. Like they pay. There are these little airports everywhere, guys. Everywhere. These little landing strips. Like, boom, you can take a teeny plane and just boopity boppity. Like, if you wanted to do that with a helicopter, holy shit, it'd be expensive. I have looked into this, and it is so expensive. But these little prop planes, like, they literally, you can be like, I need a flight from Boeing Field to in Everett to fucking, I just need to go to, I don't know, Kent probably has an airfield, like somewhere close there, SeaTac. But there's little fucking airstrips everywhere. Anyway, so I flew from there to Paulsbo, which took half an hour. And I had the whole morning to kill. The only risk with that is that you have to have a backup plan because in case there's fog, you can't fly. If there's too much wind, you can't fly. So the weather can really like affect your ability to fly. But it was a beautiful day.
What
Had
was
no
plan
problems.
B?
Plan B was so I woke up at 7 a.m. to check the weather. We were clear skies, so I knew we were good to go. And they will tell you if your flight is canceled. Like they'll try to get in touch with you that as soon as they can. But basically, if I woke up and it was super foggy, I would have just gone on that 8 a.m. ferry. I would have been picked up there by Austin, and we would have just driven around. We would have made it, but it would have been a shitty day. So that was plan B. Plan C was like, because I could walk on the ferry. I didn't have to drive, which just means you're basically guaranteed to get on. And then plan number 3, in case somehow I got marooned on the island, which I would have said there was probably a less than 1% chance of that happening. Maybe less than 5% chance. I already had someone who is one of our headliners in like a standby position, and also Austin would have just assisted. So we had multiple contingencies figured out in case that something was going to go awry. but yeah, so that it worked out seamlessly. And what was cool is we had a team coming up to the island as well. So I left that car there basically, and the team drove. Well, they ferried, and then when they got there, they picked up the car and went to the Airbnb with it. So, yeah. So that was so that worked out really well. And then I like walked on the ferry to get home, and then Austin picked me up in Edmonds and took me home. So I literally like made this crazy like triangle. It was just a strange way to move about the state, but it worked out pretty well. I felt very resourceful. That was great. Also,
planes, trains, and automobiles.
ye fucking hot. Christian and I got to do a wedding together this weekend, which was really, really fun. We got to do one of our both mutual friends' weddings, so that was really cool. It's like we knew all the same people there, but we knew them separately. The people who like brought us together, and this is like the last event that he's gonna do for us before he moves, so it was kind of crazy that the people who brought Christian and I together, like it was their sibling got married, and so all those people were there, and then and like that was his last event before he goes off to San Diego. So it's just very like full circle, because I literally would never have met Christian without those people. So very cool. And then get this. This is not my fucking on. It's not my hyperfixation. This is fucking tangent city over here.
Holding onto my hat.
Oh, yes. So when Christian and I, we didn't tell you this. We didn't even mention it. I think I literally was like, I'll just tell her when I see her. So we are getting home from the event, which went really, really successful.
You and Chris?
Awesome. Crazy party. So much fun. Yeah, me and Chris. He's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. We get back. We turn into the neighborhood, our neighborhood, and Christian's like, this person's like on our ass right now. And I look kind of behind me, and I see that I was like, oh, maybe it's a cop. Like, we didn't see any lights or anything, but it was a Dodge Charger. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a cop. And then we kind of just stood there and like looked out the window, kind of just looked, was like, why is this person not driving past us and like getting to their fucking destination? They're kind of just like waiting for us. And I'm like, we're like, no, you can go. And she just stayed there, and it was like, okay, weird. So I was like, dude, just park the car, whatever. So I went out and talked to her. And I could tell she was just like not making any sense. And then it was like, it got weird, because it was like, what are you doing here? Like, you're like clearly not an intelligible person right now. Like, why the fuck are you following us? Like, not like she was really following us, but like, I was just like, what are you doing here? And, so Christian backs up the car, and then she pulls in front of our driveway. So she's literally fully blocking the driveway now. And she's just parked there, and she kind of like weighs us down and like tries to tell us something, but nothing she's saying is even making sense. And I'm just like, hi, have you like been drinking tonight, ma'am? And she's like, oh yeah, I've been she's wasted. She's fucking wasted, dude. And now this drunk person is literally driving a deadly weapon in my fucking driveway. And
like this driveway?
We have the video. We'll show you. Yeah. Austin's watching the whole thing on the fucking Ring. Of course. And no, but so we so yeah. So obviously, I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, do we call the cops right now? Like, what do we do? Christian has already got 911 on the phone. He's like, what the fuck is going on? So he calls the cops, and he's like talking to them on the phone, and then he was being pretty obvious, but like she figured out that he was on the phone, and then he kind of walked over to get her license plate, and she figured out pretty quickly what was going on. So she got agitated because she realized we were calling the cops. And then Christian is like still trying to look at it, but I can see her like put the car in drive. So I'm like yelling at Christian. I'm like, yo, get in the house right fucking now. Like, we cannot be outside with this woman literally foot on the pedal. Who knows what's gonna happen next? We thought she was just gonna like ram our cars, like but who knows? This one was wasted. And so I like convince Christian to come inside, and he follows me in, and then we literally just shut the door, and I'm like, we're just gonna wait this out. Like, she gets out of her car, she like starts videotaping our driveway, and it's so funny because she's like 2370 2370, like she's gonna call out our address, and I don't know, tell all of her friends to come and find us. That is not, I'm not going to read my address over the airways here, but that's not even close to what my address is. And it was just hysterical in the video because this woman is, oh, she's so wasted. And she like comes up to the door, she like knocks on it, and then she like slams the Ring camera, and she's like, I think Austin said she was like Uber Eats. And fucking like walks away, and then she's like, she kind of was like, you're gonna pay for this, bud, like just screaming all this shit. She ends up so the cops end up coming like 5 minutes later. They were pretty quick, I gotta say. I mean, she was there and gone. Like once we called the cops, she was like, I'm out of here. And so like 5 minutes later, police come. We chat with them, and while we're chatting with them, we can hear the sirens go off like down the street. So they come back later. We end up like chatting with the police because they have to take our statement. This woman fucking ups a curb on the main drag, crashes her car, and like runs away from the police after she sees us. And she's definitely probably, I mean, I don't know if someone posted her fucking bail, but that woman went to jail for the night at least. So crazy.
Wait, so they came back to tell you about it?
They came back because they needed us as like basically timeline evidence, right? Like because we were like, well, she came here, and because they were like, we need to identify that she was the only possible driver of the car, right? And so I was like, oh, I can swear testimony she was the only person in the car. She drove away. There's no question in my mind about that. And so yeah, it was just crazy. And then I woke up the next morning. We had to talk to the cops again. It was a tad stressful, but it was like at the end of the day, like close call. But yeah, so that happened. I'll show you the video.
That I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 333.
Cute.
Happy 333, everyone. Health, wealth, and happiness.
Weird, right?
Icky. That would have scared the shit out of me.
It was scary. I was scared because I was like, A, she's going to run us over. B, she's going to just crash the cars. Like, C, she's going to call her friends and have them like, now we're rats. Like, I don't know who her friends are. It was just, yeah, it was stressful. But everybody ended up okay. So all is well. I was glad I got Christian back in the house because, yeah, that would have been not fun.
No, we don't know. Precious cargo.
Indeed.
Precious cargo.
Yeah.
I wanna find her mugshot.
Oh, I wonder if that's public record. We
It
didn't
is.
get her name. How does this work? Like, do we just Google recent arrests?
Yeah, you could Google arrests for that night in King County.
Arrested in Everett for drunk driving. After DUI crash in Everett, April 30th now. May.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Well, yeah, that was all my my hyperfixation right now. I mean, I'm still pretty fixated on diet, exercise, and staffing. So that's kind of where I'm at in all of that. I feel like I'm finally starting to see results, which feels great.
Yeah, you look lean as fuck.
Thank you. I feel like this. I mean, I'm calling it a diet only because I don't know what else to call it. But I've like just kind of stopped eating a lot of bread products in general, and just like I'm finding I really don't like crave, need, or like really want it as much because it's kind of making my tummy hurt now if I like eat a bunch of bread because I just kind of have stopped eating it. But it's like, oh damn, like your body does not mind losing that as a intake. It really doesn't. There's so many other ways you can get carbs too. Like carbs aren't bad, but like you can get way better carbs than bread, like white bread, or I mean whole wheat, whole grain's good for you. But even then, like you don't need to eat a ton of bread. It's processed food too. So,
well,
you already have. It's been working for me. If you like it, I do recommend trying it out, eating less, see how you feel. I've also stopped drinking. Essentially, I haven't had alcohol in like, I don't know, 3 weeks or something.
wow.
Just like no, I had one drink at this wedding, but that was it. Just literally one little drink. And it was great because I was literally, Christian was DJing, and I was like, I don't know what to do with myself because if I'm not DJing a party, sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And
Where do I put my hands?
he was doing, yeah, exactly. And so I'm just kind of wandering around for a couple, in theory, could be for a couple hours because the dance party was going for a while. And Christian's like, just go to the bar, go get a drink, like, go dance, go have fun. Like, half the people here. And I was like, you're right. So I had one drink, and it was fun. Definitely helped me get out of my head a little bit. And,
Fuck yeah.
Wasn't nothing wrong with that.
All right. You know the drill. To move energy, you got to move
your
body. See you in a sec. And we're back. All right. So, let's see. I was in a wedding this past weekend for my longtime gal pal, Emily.
Oh, yeah. How'd it go?
It went great. That was my second time officiating. And I did it by myself this time, and it went really well.
Nice.
The only part that sucked was it was super windy and we were outside, so I couldn't wear a lav.
Yeah, it does make it difficult. It ruins. It was super windy on, I think, Friday, and I had to basically turn the sub off entirely because it was just it's like there's nothing we can do about that. Like, I can't just, and everyone looks over at us like, do something. We're like, we can't turn the wind off. Like, it's a microphone. Sorry.
Yeah. So
it does suck though.
Yeah, because then I needed a mic, but I was like, but I'm also holding like a book thing. So I was like, so I need a mic stand. And the guy had a mic stand. And this DJ, first of all, he
where was the wedding?
A Pretty Bird something. It was,
you were in like
Granite Falls.
Yeah, okay.
Essentially. The address is Snohomish, but
okay.
You go past fucking Lake Rosinger. Rosinger? I don't know.
Whatever.
It's a lake. I drove on a windy road past many camps, like children's camps, assuming. I was like, I don't know where I am. And the craziest part is all you have to do to get there is turn left. If you're on the hillier or the big hillside in my neighborhood.
Oh, so it's not far from you.
No,
yeah.
It was 25 minutes from me.
Nice.
But all you have to do is turn left out of
your drive, like the end of your neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you just keep going.
Yeah.
And going and going and going. I think it was like a total of 3 turns.
Wow.
Crazy, but like a lot of long windy roads, and the venue is very dark at nighttime. And it was
there's no lights out there.
It was hard to get out of there, but once you're like on the windy roads in like essentially the tree tunnels, it's really easy because the light
kind of reflects off the leaves. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, but I did not like that. My Uber on wedding night.
Oh, you took an Uber
to the wedding because I was like I'm also a bridesmaid.
Okay.
So I'm official.
Did you like sleep there or
no?
Oh.
I didn't want to. The first night my dandy was home, so I wanted to go hang out with him, and they were like, these mattresses suck. So I was like, absolutely not. And then I thought about it night 2, but I was so stupid, David. I didn't remember to bring a speaker or a fucking or lights at all.
No one else brought a speaker?
No one had a speaker.
That's sad. And
I was like, wow, I really dropped the ball. So then I tried to be a hero, and Uber Eats from Lowe's, like a Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, for real? You could do that?
Yeah. Lowe's is now partnering with Uber Eats. So that's cool.
It's so random.
So random. But think about all the times you really want like something else for the project that you're working on, but you've already gone to Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever like 4 times that day, you know, and you're sick of it and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna order it here. Or like you're working at home.
Well, it takes 20 minutes off the project too.
Yeah.
30 minutes. Like, yeah. I hate going to Lowe's. Austin goes to Lowe's.
Yeah.
I
I like going to Lowe's,
lost,
but I
dude.
get lost. That's why I don't go grocery shopping either.
Well, we love grocery shopping.
Well, together because we're just dicking around.
That's so true. We did have such a good Sprouts haul the other day, guys. Oh, Colette, ye fucking ha!
What?
The protein ice cream that we got.
Oh
my.
Okay,
God.
except for it was $9 fucking.
Was it?
It was $9,
don't
David.
tell me that. It was so good. I would eat it again for fun. Like, it was amazing. Like, you wouldn't even know it wasn't ice cream. Mind blowing. So good. Those stupid little frozen fruit riot things, the grapes. Oh my God.
So good.
My candy fix though, good check.
Oh, they're $6.99 at Target.
Oh well. Target.
Homophobes. Yeah, and $8.99 on Instacart.
Dude, I still need a fucking Pride outfit. I don't have that.
Ooh, I also don't have a Pride except
That's
for
problematic though. But what could I wear that I could do the festival and the
nothing.
after party?
There's nothing.
No.
You're gonna have
2
to,
outfits, eh?
or just something that you either peel off or put on,
I see.
because we like to get pretty scantily clad for the festival itself, and it's hot as balls that day generally.
We'll see. I mean, have I shown you the tights that Kyle showed me that I ended up buying?
No.
Because, like, I have these really cute tights. They're, like, very, very cute. But I would need, like, I don't know, like, harness and armbands or something. But
I loved our outfit. Was it 2 years ago?
Harness. See, that's the thing is I like the harness. Going back to our first topic of conversation, I love a harness. Like, that'd be fun. And, like, I could see, like, without having to wear the mask and, like, a tail. Like, I don't need to do that. But, like, I would let somebody, like, walk me around on a leash in a little gay harness all day. Like,
okay, but that's
on.
like leather daddy dom shit.
yeah, but it's
that's
all this. It's similar, right?
It's same, but
gotta
different.
Be, like, connected.
It's same, but different.
How did we get here again? Harnesses, but
Pride.
Yes, true. I mean, see, but like Pride wouldn't be the same without them. You know, it's like
no, we need the
so-
leather daddies.
it's so
We need the
great.
dykes on bikes.
We need it all. We need all the weird.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it's great.
It just reminds us that
We're here.
life
We're
comes
queer.
in many different colors.
Get used
like,
to it.
It is. Everybody's different. You think you're weird? Ha! Just wait. There is someone else out there, probably weirder than you.
Way weirder.
Way
So
weirder.
it's literally just called protein pints.
They are delicious.
High protein dessert.
And I'm sure they really want us talking about their product at the same breath as talking about leather daddies, but
You get what you fucking
you get what you get. You know, if this were a paid sponsorship, maybe we would position you better in the show, but
But guess what?
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. But reach out to us. We are interested.
Yeah. Yes. We are very interested. What else did we haul at Sprouts the other day?
What else did we haul at Sprouts? I got my beloved chocolate covered gummy bears.
Yes, you did.
I love chocolate covered gummy bears. It was always a fan favorite in the Creighton household growing up. A chocolate covered gummy bear, and my mom always loved a nonpareil. Do you know what those are? Like the little chocolate wafers with the teeny tiny sprinkles atop them.
No.
Maybe it's an East Coast thing.
Huh.
But she loved those, and then she loved, what were they, Now and Laters? The
Oh, I do like
the
those.
licorice, the black licorice.
Not the Now and Later is like kind of a taffy, isn't it?
What are those called?
Oh, Good and Plenty.
Good and
Good
Plenty.
and Plenty. I actually fuck with a Good and Plenty.
I
like
hate
'em.
star anise. I hate black licorice.
Is that star anise?
Yeah. Isn't that like what the flavor of black licorice is?
No idea.
I'm just
Zero
gonna write black
knowledge.
licorice.
Sardanis? Stardanis?
Anise, Anise. It's like a spice.
Well, speaking of spices, that's what I got at Sprouts. I've
Oh
been
yeah.
desperately searching for shawarma seasoning, and I found some. And it's delicious. We tried it. It was great. I made like a little kebab situation, and when I was scrolling on TikTok, I found this guy who like he makes these kebabs, but like you don't even have to skewer them, and you literally roast them in the oven, and it's so easy. And I was like, oh my god, this is great. So Mediterranean night is back in business here.
It's about to be lit.
I made my own pita, which was mid, but I made it was like the Greek yogurt pita. So it's like super high protein.
Did you use
flatbread basically? I want to make it more pita-esque, but
did you use self-rising flour?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And Greek yogurt.
Okay.
It's just like, I don't know. It's not the same texture.
Fuck no, it's not the same texture, David.
But it's better for you. And I made my own not tahina, but tzatziki, the white with the cucumber and the dill and the lemon. We don't like it, okay. But I made everything from scratch.
No, that's great. And I know it's an unpopular opinion, but tzatziki and also relish of like any kind, or not relish. What's that sauce that people love?
I know what you're talking about. You dip it in fish, tartar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise, pickles, dill.
So good.
All the things I
favorites.
hate. All the things I hate the most in one fucking sauce. One time, Dan and I, rest in peace, this location. We loved going to the Ruth Chris Steakhouse in downtown Bellevue. That was like our go-to date night spot.
Not still there?
No, it's not still there. It didn't survive the paniner.
It's not in Bell Square anymore?
No, bitch, it hasn't been there for 5 years.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. That was our favorite date night spot. They had the best seared ahi. Love. And I'm not an ahi girl, but I love the one from there. I'm very passionate about this. They had the best steak bites. They had amazing burgers. The fries were gluten-free. They were always like very accommodating. It was very nice. Anyway, it's not there anymore. But the point of this story, I've now lost. What was the point of me telling you? I buried the lead. Where'd we?
Tartar sauce.
Oh, they had this amazing garlic remoulade.
Oh.
And I'm aware that that's still a mayonnaise-based sauce, but the word is fancier, and I feel better about it. And there's no pickles or dills in there to upset me.
I still don't believe that you don't fuck with aiolis.
I like garlic ones.
Okay.
And there's like an occasional Dijon one. Like there are ones.
Mayonnaise is an essential instrument.
I just don't want to know that it's there. You know what I mean? So I accidentally thought I was dipping my fry in my remoulade, and I wasn't. And Dan said the face I made was so fucking funny. I was like, what's in my mouth? Because I'd been drinking also. I think I was on my second teeny. And I didn't realize that I had used Dan's tartar sauce, his fuck ass tartar sauce.
Law.
It was the worst day of my life. No, it wasn't. I've had much worse days. Anyway, I digress. Circling back real quick, licorice and star anise are not the same, but they are described with the same like licorice flavor, so that's why I got confused. Yeah. But star anise is a spice and licorice is a root. So I was wrong. Corrections corner. And let's see, what else do I feel like talking about? Do you want to do an Am I the Asshole?
Absolutely. I think we have 10 minutes, so yes. We're doing good.
Well, let's do one. Am I the asshole for stealing my mom's earrings after she threw away my sex toys?
Stealing her mom's earrings? Okay. I mean, why did her mom throw away her sex toys?
Well,
why did her mom have any?
Do you want to listen?
Oh, I thought this was the whole thing. Sorry.
Yes. No. I've got it right here. That was just the headline.
Sorry.
My mom lives nearby and her husband was away traveling for work, so she wanted to stay overnight at my place for some company. When I got home, I noticed she'd cleaned my room and moved some stuff around. The horror. Later that night,
what an invasion of privacy.
I would crash the fuck
out.
I would
scream at the top of my lungs. Yes. Sorry.
Like, this isn't even your house, bitch. Like, it'd be one thing if you lived with your mom.
It'd be one thing if you asked permission.
Well, also that consent is overarching, the most important part here. Anyway, I digress. Later that night, while she was sleeping, I went to grab my dildo from my drawer. Good for her. It wasn't there. Neither was my vibrator. I checked everywhere, but I could not find them. Oh, that girl had a plan. Get it, girl. I asked her if she'd moved anything from my drawer. She told me she threw my toys away because she didn't want me using them. If you had a boyfriend and wanted to get married, you wouldn't need that stuff. What a cunt. What a cunt. Before she left, I took a pair of her earrings from her purse. I called her that night and told her that she'll get her earrings back when she reimburses me for what she threw out.
Not the asshole.
And that I'll throw the earrings out if she doesn't pay me the money back. She was angry and said I was being petty and childish. She didn't pay me that day or the next day. My sister told me to just let it go because that's just how mom is. But I'm tired of hearing that excuse. A couple days later, my mom sent me the money. No apology. Just the payment. And a text, now give me my earrings back. I dropped the earrings off at her house. I don't think I went too far. Am I the
Not at
asshole?
all.
Not at
Not
all.
at all.
She's lucky you didn't beat her ass.
Yeah. She's lucky you still talk to her. But also, that's totally fair. That's like a pawn situation.
Yeah.
You're like
Tit for
saying,
tat, baby.
You have taken something from me, so now I am owed a collateral until you reimburse me for what you have taken. You cannot have that collateral back. I think that is completely fair. She asked as much permission as she did.
Yeah. T.
Eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Dildo for a dildo.
That's right, baby. And those are not cheap.
No.
Not the good ones, anyway.
No. I'm assuming she had good ones.
I'm assuming she had good ones. She seems like a
She's
bad
a
bitch.
Lilo
She had
girl.
like a, for sure.
Yeah.
She's a Lilo girl.
Yeah.
I have a same but different story about kind of like a similar ruse. When I was in college, we used to party at this one house of some girl. It doesn't irrelevant. We would party at her house. We were like kind of friends with her family. And I left like my pint of liquor. I was in a Sailor Jerry's phase. Gross. I was a rum and coke girl, but I went to like drink my liquor for the next party and it was like fucking empty. And I was like fucking name of brother, and I'm just not trying to, I knew it was him. I knew it was that fucking little bitch, and I was so pissed, and he didn't have any replacement for it, and it's like Friday fucking night. It's like, what do you expect me to do? Question mark. So the next day I had to work, obviously, because it was Saturday, and I'm a little baby hairdresser. So off I went to work with my Xbox in my car. And I said, you will get your Xbox back when I get a bottle of liquor.
Damn right you did.
I said, because you're a little bitch. And you know what you're not going to do is have no repercussions for your actions.
That is fucking iconic.
He was so mad.
Good.
And I
I
said,
take it you got your alcohol back.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Next one for time.
Okay.
And last one.
Am I the asshole for untagging myself from my guy best friend's IG post after he cropped my fiance out of our engagement pic?
Read.
What? Okay. So I got engaged 2 weeks ago. Me, 25, female, and my man, 27, male, were on this Napa trip with a few close friends, including my best friend, Jay, 26, male. We've been tight since college, always just friends, never anything else. Yeah, to you. He's in love with you. I'm already certain. Anyway, my man proposed during sunset in the vineyard. Super cute, private, perfect moment. Jay, the best friend, takes some pictures of us right after, and one of them, straight fire. I'm crying. He's hugging me, ring popping, looks straight out of a damn commercial. Cute, cool, whatever. Then this dude, did I write this? Like... The way she's going, I love this. Okay. Then this dude posted on IG, but he crops my fiance out. Like, bro, what? I love her. Just me in the pic. No caption, like, congrats or happy for you. Just straight up posted like it was a solo shoot. No tag for my man. Just, she's glowing and vibes.
Weird. Very odd.
What? Okay. I hit him like, yo, this is kind of weird. This was my engagement photo. And he hits back with, you looked so good in it. I just had to post. Like, okay, question mark. But again, not about you, not a thirst trap. This was me getting engaged. So I just untagged myself. Didn't make a scene, just moved on.
Yeah.
Then he starts being mad weird, posting stories like, funny how people switch up or too real for the fake. Like, okay, Drake. She's funny. Now some of her friends are acting like I overreacted, saying I should have been flattered. Hello? And that he was just being supportive. Supportive would have been keeping my man in the pic and maybe saying congrats, not acting like I was the star of his content drop.
Yeah. Weird.
So yeah, all that.
Weird.
No, baby, you are not the asshole.
No. I mean, you can untag yourself from any photo on the internet.
Yeah.
If you don't like the photo, you don't want it on your feed, boom, untagged. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he noticed is weird.
The fact that he noticed is weird. He's in love with you.
Yeah, for sure.
He's in love with you.
Well, folks.
Well, that's really all we had for today. If you enjoyed this episode or would like to check out other episodes, you can visit us on www.thecocoshow.com or just the Coco Show? Yeah, there's no podcast. It's just thecocoshow.com.
We'll verify.
We'll verify, but we will see you
next
Tuesday. Bye.
We probably won't verify, will we?